Welcome to the first Football Manager series on this channel. I'm the MeerCon 97 and I'm the gaffer around here. I've been a long-time player of Football Manager and I've decided that this edition of the game will be my first year to start publishing content. For this inaugural save, we're starting with my beloved Nottingham Forest, who, quite frankly, have been very poor since the end of last year's lockdown. Most of last year's campaign we was in the playoffs until the last day of the season, where in quite spectacular circumstances we was kicked out and condemned to play another season in the Championship. This year we've continued that woeful form, and if I'm honest, I'm just sick of it. So I want to get involved in myself now and take us back to the promised land, back into the Premiership, back into Europe, just like the late great Brian Clough. Which leads us to this screen where the stage is set. Chris Hughton's not had a chance to get involved over here, and he's been removed straight away, and he's made way for me to get involved and lead this team to greatness. Evangelos Marianakis has agreed to a 2-year deal worth almost £19,000 a week to give me a good chance of getting this team back together again, getting my philosophy in, and hopefully taking us further than we were last season. So without further ado, let's get into it. Come on, you Reds. So we have quite the background, and we're predicted to go 5th in the league this year, which is fantastic. Hopefully we can get out after the first season. So if you're not aware, with Nottingham Forest, we won the European Cup back-to-back in 1979 and 1980. We was also in the top division at the time, which I believe was the League One. So I think a good challenge would be to maybe try and get the back-to-back Champions League, and then also try and win the Premier League, because we never actually won the division, I think, when we was back in that golden era. Okay, so looking at the team, this is pure first impressions. This is the first time I've loaded the game up since it's been released. Joe Lolly is going to be one of our main characters in this team. He was last year, and he has been for the past couple of years at Forest. There's been a lot of transfers this season, which I don't agree with entirely. There was Thiago Silva, who was sent back to Portugal. I'm not sure if that was on loan or a permanent transfer. I think it was permanent, but I guess we'll find out in a minute when I get a chance to have a look. João Carvalho down here is also out, and he was supposed to be very talented. Nuno da Costa's out, and I think last year I wasn't a big fan of him, especially in the game mainly. We're missing a big hole here in right back, because that was where Matty Cash was, who's now at Aston Villa. So let's see how Cyrus Christie works. I mean, he's only on loan, so I guess we can potentially find a big replacement. We also have a lot of loanees actually looking at the side. In and out. Danny Preston last year was a decent prospect. Brennan Johnson, son of David Johnson, also a decent prospect. Jayden Richardson, likewise. I think he was on loan last season in the game and in real life, of course. Let's check the next. Play attacking football, develop the youth system, and sign players under the age of 22. I think that's all pretty solid. The kind of stuff I like to bring. I agree with that. Maybe a bit of possession. Going into the further seasons, though, it's looking on building promotion to the Premier League. Why in 5 years? There's 2 max, and we'll be there. No problem. Ideally, the first. What I'll do now is I'll start whizzing ahead, get through all the emails, the formations, staff changes, potential players, all that kind of wonderful stuff, and then I'll give you an update as to how we're going to start the season. Okay, so finally we're up to the first game of the season. This is the transfer page. It looks very cluttered because there's been so many transfers made in real life, so this is absolutely all over the place, and it's going to be difficult to try and find what I've actually done. Here you can check all the ins and outs that has happened this season. Some quite decent transfers, I guess. Luke Freeman, not a bad player, looks pretty solid on loan. Likewise with Knockout, also a good player on loan. Abdoulaye Diallo, I'm trying to get rid of him. The only thing I've been able to do is to get him out on loan because he's not going to be used. I have Bryce Samba, who's going to be number 1. Jordan Smith, who's going to be number 2. I have no need for a third goalkeeper. If I did, I can go down into the under-23s and get George Selvey, who should be able to fill in perfectly if we ever need a third goalkeeper. Scott McKenna and Loic Umbeso, I believe that's pronounced. Two quality centre-backs who will fit in nicely. So is 19 years old, so he's going to do pretty good for us in the next upcoming years. Harry Arter also brought in solid midfielder. He could do a job. He'll at least last us a season or two. On the outs, there's been an awful lot of outs, mainly on frees, which is kind of disappointing. Some young talent as well, which has also been out. I've managed to get a few people out on loan this season, such as Finn Back, who has some room for development. I'm trying to develop him as a ball-playing centre-back because he's quite big, he can defend well, and he can pass the ball. So having a ball-playing defender within your arsenal is always a great idea. So in terms of ins this season, we've not really brought anyone in yet. I'm looking to do that in January, maybe identify a few places we might need someone, and then try and get people scouted relatively well before we make any rash decisions. I've brought the squad down to approximately 25 players from the 35 that it originally was, because there's only 25 players that can be registered into the championship. So having 35 players, some people are not going to be happy that they're not in the registration. So we don't want that. So let's try and loan them out, sell them, do whatever. We're having some difficulties trying to remove Gaetan Bong because I don't think I'm going to play him. I mean, he's our best left back, but he's old. I have a much bigger preference for Yuri Ribeiro. This is my affinity, I guess, for the club, but I really like him. I think his work rate he puts in is fantastic. Last year he did me very well with my Nottingham Forest save. Another reason I haven't really splashed the cash this transfer window is because I want to see what I can get out of this team up until January, and then we can, as I said before, really identify where we need players, if we need players. You never know. We could end up near the top after the first half of the season, which would be fantastic. Aside from that, we could always be getting sacked. You never know in this game. I'm eager to finally get the season started. We had one game before, which was against Preston in the Cup, which we narrowly got away with 1-0 near the end of the game. I think it was 83rd minute. So it was way too tight. I mean, Preston wasn't bad last year, I believe. So hopefully that's a good sign. But now we have QPR, and this is the first press conference for the league. I've done a few, but I have no idea how to act in these press conferences yet. It's such a new system, I guess. Big turnout for the championship. Luke Freeman returned to a former club. It's the same as last year. I think a lot of these answers are going to be similar to last year, just a matter of how you express that. Giroud's performance, yeah, he's crucial to this team. I'm confident we can get to a winning start. As I said, we have such a huge roster of players, which means we're going to get these kind of questions about being a development club, kind of like how Chelsea are, even though we're way further down the chain than Chelsea. Being able to set up on a regular first team choice, not really. Opening day is complete unknown. I just want a good performance. So I think this will be my starting lineup for the first game of the season. I think it's our best team. The slight touch-ups you can do here, I guess, is have Bong for Ribeiro. But I mean, I've said why I don't want Bong. And Ryan Yates has got some potential to grow. So the alternative for him, I could have Sambasso. But let's get on to it. Let's see how this goes. See how people perform. There's always someone in social media saying about the state of the team when so-and-so's in the squad. It's always Jack Colback or Harry Arter. I mean, I don't know whether this is going to be something always happening or... Because I guess there's always a negative tweet in there or post from social media. I wonder if this is going to be the one we always see. Here we go. This is the bit everyone's interested in. No smashing anything up. Let's pump fists. Come on, boys. Come on, you Reds. Show me what you can do. Composed, motivated. Fair enough. I think the UI is a little bit cluttered. I might have to try and see if I can sort that out. If there is any fixes, that is. There we go. Plays it back to Christie. Freeman. Yates grabbing. Lovely little bit of play. Go on, Lolly. Go on. 1-0. Oh, for fuck. Oh, of course it's an offside goal. And this is where we concede, probably. Never mind. Never mind. Solid start. Let's get a little shout going on here. Demand more. Come on, boys. Come on. We're doing better on the expected goals, which is a feature I'm also looking forward to see how it works. Okay? No. We need to do better than that, that's for sure. But it is what it is. We're starting off. We're away from home. QPR, we're not expected to win. I really want to start throwing this water bottle, but it's just not yet. Not yet. Let's give the fans something to cheer. I'm impressed with the solid defending. I believe you've got what it takes. Attackers, pump fist. Believe in you, boys. Let's go. Half-time sub for QPR. I don't like this. That works for me. I didn't get to read that. We don't want this. However, I do want to get rid of the disciplined. Shoot on the site. Counter it group. Yeah, well, let's keep all this. Quicker distribution. We need to start getting some goals. Swing it out left. That works, Scott. We've been knocking on the door for long enough now. Please don't do this to me. Nice. Big save, Samba. Oh, cheeky. Was that the assist as well from Samba? Oh, that needs a little bit of praise, that. Needs a little bit of praise. Wrong button. Which will I praise? Rice and knockout. Confirm. Lovely stuff. That was a cheeky little chip. Oh, it's unfortunate. Let's get some. I keep pressing that for some stupid reason. Let's get some substitutes going. Let's bring Jack Cole back on for. Now let's bring So on actually for Yates because he's a little bit tired. I need to start paying attention to the condition a little bit more. And Jolly. We'll take him off. Let Sammy have a chance. We'll hold it. Oh, do we have 5 subs? I actually, for some reason, didn't think about that. In which case, let's give Guerrero a chance. No, we'll put him as an attacking forward. That'll work. I'll give Knockout another 5 minutes and then he can come off. Let's demand more. Last 10 minutes pretty much, including stoppage. Sammy Amiobi. Do do do. Sammy Amiobi. Love to see it. 5 minutes extra. Oh, this is solid. Guerrero, come on, that's 3. You love to see it. A little debut goal for him as well. I'm really happy with that because we played poor in the first half. It's just a 2.16, so we was like what, almost 1 extra goal that was expected. To be fair, I think Knockout's goal was quality, and I don't actually think I've ever seen a chip on FM. I'm not sure if it's even been in the game before, but I've never seen a chip like the chip Knockout did. That was quality. Sends us 3rd. We'll take that. Everyone's played. Solid 3rd. I really want to see this goal. This knockout goal was so goddamn good. Here we go. This was so good. Having that one. So that's going to be it for our first episode in this Forest journey. We've had a lovely 3-1 win on the opening day of the season, courtesy of Anthony Knockout's cheeky little chip. We've had all the nitty-gritty stuff done. We've worked out what we want in the squad, who we don't want, and we're trying to force out the rest. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if you like live comms. Tell me if you want me to blast into the future and give you like a highlights package of what's been going on. But until next time, have a good one.